Okay, well, I'm really excited that I got the opportunity to speak to you. I mean, we've been reporting on you for several months now. Other than that, leading up to your CRIFTA, all these things coming through your career, we've been reporting, and it's finally a good chance to speak to you. I mean, especially ahead of such a big event. I have to ask, do you have any regrets since taking part in heptathlon, pentathlon? Have you had any regrets since joining the sport?
Oh no, no. I This is what I was meant to do. The heptathlon. It fits so well with my personality. And so every time I get to perform, well, I call it performing because um I think of it as my stage. I love theater. I like the whole dramatic effects. That's me, and the hep definitely plays into that because it's a 2 day long event, and it's seven, and so one event, and then you get to go to the next one, and then they're all so different. So it like brings out different sides of me in a way, I guess. And so no, if anything, it's definitely helped me find who I am, and um, I couldn't be more happy and blessed to have found like an event that I love so much. And it's not just about the sport. It's not just about like the heptathlon. It's what it brings out of people and the sense of community whenever you're with the girls or the boys. So no regrets at all.
And where do you get this energy from? I mean, it's always there.
um, I really don't know. Was I came out the womb like this, I guess. I was just I was just a I was just always all over the place. I come from a family of, well, nine. I have seven brothers and sisters, and I kept all of them on their toes. And Sadie, and I'm not even the most, well, I lied. I am the most energetic, but like we feed off each other. So I was never really told to be like, hey, calm down, like you're doing too much, because we were all kind of like that in a way. We kind of we balance each other off. I mean, it was a lot worse when I was younger, um but now I've mellowed out a little bit, and this is me mellowed out. That's all I have to say. So you don't want to see me when I was younger, but the energy, I don't know. And I think that's why I was made for my event, because it requires a lot of energy and focus, and yeah, and that's why I'm able to like last that long.
Who introduced you to the heptathlon?
So my sister, she did summer track here in the US, and I was still young. I was like about 11, and um she the I was my Nikki was supposed to be babysitting me, and so I was sitting in the bleachers, running up and down the bleachers, crazy energy. And the Coach Jan, she was my first very coach, other than my dad. She was my first like formal coach. She was like, Nikki, go get your sister, because I was like gonna hurt myself on the bleachers. And so she brought me down, and she just let me practice. And then when my parents came to pick us up, she was like, hey, she has a lot of energy. She needs to get it out. Like, just let her come. And she was like, pay what you can, all this kind of stuff. And then, I mean, she didn't know what was going to happen. She just
Right.
but after a couple like uh real practices, she was like, okay,
Mhm.
you have a lot of energy, and you're naturally gifted at a lot of events, so why not just do this? And I was young, so I was hearing all these great events, and then she said 800, and I was like, maybe
Yeah.
this isn't for me. But no, it I'm so happy that she introduced it, because my mom quickly agreed. My dad wanted me to be a sprinter like him.
Okay.
No, but but luckily I still get to be a sprinter, because I mean I do the 200 and the 100-meter hurdles.
Mhm.
But yeah, Coach John Pippin, she was the founder of the Heptathlete Tyra.
Right. Now, I mean, let's look at the same 800 meters. I mean, I saw some of your races. It seems like, well, you just said it. You apparently you're not crazy about it at all, right? But you try your best.
Yes. In the past years, I did not apply myself. I shied away from things that I wasn't naturally gifted in, which backfired, obviously, now that I've started to apply myself in the middle of college. Yeah, so I should have started. I should have started when earlier, but it wasn't until my sophomore year, till my meniscus surgery, and I was taken out of track, that I had time to reflect and, really think about what do I want to do for my future. And I knew it involved track. And so I had to really buckle down and get my work done. And it wasn't until COVID when everything started shutting down and our season came to a stop and we were sent home from nationals that I was like, this could be the worst thing that happened for a lot of people, but for me, this is a blessing in disguise because I was able to focus and I was provided the environment to work on the things that I not naturally gifted in, which is javelin and the 800. And so I used that time to really push myself because for the 800, it's not physical for me. It's purely mental. And I had to push past a lot of mental barriers in order to even start training in the way that I need to, because I would shy away from the pain because I was like, oh, I didn't want to. And so I've got mentally tough. And so I'm now seeing the fruits that of the seeds that I planted. And I wish I would have started earlier because I'm not where I would like to be coming into the Olympics with the 800, but it's coming.
Okay. So you're confident that you can accomplish the time that you're looking for before the Olympics, right?
Yes. It would have been easier if I started earlier, but it is what it is.
Right. Now you're really good at the high jump. How did you get so good?
So I don't really know if this correlates, and I feel bad saying it because it's just like I would hate for someone to be like, you're wrong, but this is how I feel. So gymnastics was my first sport, and I think it was just the most natural for me to adapt. So once I started it, I'm not sure how, but that you're literally flipping backwards, I guess. So you're running and jumping backwards, and so that was the most natural for me, and so it just kind of transitions into high jump. I mean, I had to learn the technique was the easiest for me to learn. The over bar technique was the easiest for me to learn because of gymnastics. It's the same timing, and like you have to be in tune with your body to know it's when to do what you have to do. But the approach, that's not what came easy for me. So that required a lot of practice and training. But consistency is key, and me and my coaches, we really worked on that over the summer, and so good things happened after that.
Right. Well, there's no one really that could touch you, at least in that category. Do you have your personal objectives that you'd like to break another barrier in that category?
Of course, I have realistic goals. I'm 5'6", and I'm not looking for no 2 meters 11. You know what I mean? Like I know what I can do. I know what my body can do, and I just consistently pushing myself. I know the Olympic standard can be met in open high jump, and so like that is what I am aiming for over the next couple weeks. And so, I mean, I obviously have goals, but I never really like to say, oh, I'm gonna do this, because then I'm not thinking about the process and what it takes to do that. I know what it takes, and to save myself the stress and the anxiety, I keep what I obviously want to jump 198, 2 meters. If I could do 2 meters, oh my gosh, that'd be amazing. But like at the same time, I know what I have to do 2 meters, and so I just focus on the technique. I focus on my mental space, and that's what's gonna get me to 2 meters. But as of right now, for the coming championship season, SECs, regionals, nationals, 196, 197 is my goal. 196, 197. So
well, let's keep our fingers crossed that you achieve it. You have some serious competition. I mean, Anna Hall has caused some toss-ups. Do you see her as a rival you need to get past, or is it more just about you and you achieving your objectives?
So the media really likes to project, especially in the heptathlon, rivalries. They use the word rivalry, but the heptathlon is so unique in that it's whoever's competing with you or against you, they don't do anything for your score, because it's only against the time, because you could do a hep by yourself. You don't need people next to you, and it doesn't push you. It doesn't really, if anything, it's there. People are there for company, because you're there for so long, and to motivate each other. Because like, I mean, at the end of the day, it's whoever gets the most points. It's not whoever won the most events. You know what I mean? And so I think of her as an amazing athlete. Like, she's insane. She's a better athlete than I was my freshman year. Like, she's gonna be something real. And so like, I enjoy her being there, and I enjoy watching her grow as an athlete. And so it's fun in that way, but at the same time, I don't really think of anyone, especially in the heptathlon, anyone as competition, because we're all there for one goal, and it's to better what we did last time. And I know if I'm having fun, if I'm relaxing, I'm focused on the now, and I'm focused on my my technique. It's, you know what I mean? Like, that I know I'm gonna love the outcome. And if I PR in all my events and she still end up winning, it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Because like, I'm still happy. I still like, it's the hep world. We're very encouraging of one another. So it's never like and I'm also not a very like competitive person. I'm not like, I'm gonna win. Like, I like seeing people on top. I like seeing people work hard to win. Like, I know I am talented, and so if someone beat me, I know they deserve to win. You know what I mean? So it's never like, oh, I lost. You know what I mean? Like, it's, I either didn't do what I was supposed to do, or they just they showed up on that day. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so like, I'm not like, oh, I don't know. Like, I'm not like, I don't really think of it as a competition setting. It's more of like a, ooh, let's go get a better score than last time.
Yeah.
For all of us, like the whole group.
You know, in TNT, athletes have really struggled to move ahead and to just participate in competitions because there is none at present.
Yeah.
And somehow, well, you're in a different context. I mean, you're going to perform. It seems that there's going to be a crowd, right?
Yeah.
We haven't seen crowds here in Trinidad perhaps since
Yeah.
a very long time. Let's say a very long time, right? How have you gotten yourself into that sort of mind frame to respond positively to the COVID environment where there aren't much fans and perform well still?
So another thing, so as a heptathlete or multi, we are used to no one being in any stands, because who wants to sit outside for hours? Because it's not just a one quick race, 100 meter, 200, 400, and you're done. It's hurdles, high jump, shot put, 200. You know, it's an all day, 2-day event. And so we're always first. We're always in the morning, and so like, we're used to not having anyone in the stands, just the birds and the trees and the wind blowing. Those are the fans we have. And so it wasn't really anything for me to adapt to, really, because that's normally the environment that we compete in. But outside of that, just adapting to COVID as a whole, I don't like to focus on things that I can't control, because there's no sense, and it just brings a lot of what ifs, and it brings a lot of anxiety and stress that we don't need. That is just self brought stress and it's just like added weight that you added to yourself. And so COVID happened, nationals was canceled. Okay, it's sad, but like, what are you gonna do? call the president and been like, you know what I mean? Like, you can't do anything. And so I just went with it. I focused on what I can do, which was my nutrition, my mental well-being, my physical well-being, and I just worked hard. I stayed here, I stayed quarantined, and I worked out in my backyard. I ran, I did what I could do, and it is what it is. And I understand it's very unfortunate for a lot of people, and unfortunate to even have a season right now, because like you said, I know the Carifta just got canceled this year.
Right.
And so like, I know a lot of athletes and I hate that for them, because I know what it's like to have a big meet canceled, and it's heartbreaking, because you're training all this time and you don't even get to go and see where you are, because training is one thing, you know, but being in that environment and competing, it brings out another side of you, and the athletes won't get to see that, and it sucks. It really does. And I feel for them very much. But if I can say anything, it's just, focus on what you can control. You can't control whether or not that meet happens. Just get back in the track, practice, train, because when the time comes, you need to be ready. And there's going to be no excuses, because this year in the NCAA, it was obvious who trained and did the work they needed to do during quarantine, and it was obvious who didn't. So don't get left behind. Keep training, keep your head up, because when the time comes, you will be on top. You know what I mean? So
How dear is it for you to represent Trinidad and Tobago?
how what?
How dear is it to you to represent Trinidad and Tobago?
It's actually it's representing Trinidad in on the biggest platform, the biggest stage was the Olympics. That is like my dream. I remember the first time I saw an Olympics, I don't even remember how old I was, but first time I saw it on TV, I was like, I'm gonna go there. At the time I was doing gymnastics, so I didn't even know I was gonna be doing it in track, you know what I mean? And so it's it was, I don't even know how it would just I love Trinidad. I love the colors. I also look great in colors. And so like so being able to like it's just I feel like it's just every athlete's dream to represent their country on a large stage. You know what I mean? Like I'm a citizen of Trinidad. I'm not a citizen of the US. And I've had opportunities to become, but I didn't want to take any chance in my track world, you know, because like, yes, there's politics and, you know, you want to secure, I have my green card, but like, you know, safety to get my dual citizenship here. But at the same time, like, I was like, that I would be sacrificing like 3 years of competition, you know, even though I'm not going to be competing for the US, you know what I mean? So I was like, it's not even worth it, because like, I want to wear these colors.
Yeah.
And I chose it. It wasn't me just making a financial list. No, I chose to represent Trinidad because of what it means, and like, and also like for my family, not necessarily country as a whole, my family, because I know what we've been through. I know what it took for us to come up here. I know what it took. Like you know what I mean? So it's just, it's deeper than just carrying the flag, because the flag means so many things. You know what I mean? And so I just can't wait. I can't wait. I'm gonna ask to hold the flag. I'm gonna in opening ceremonies. You know what I mean? Like I guess I can't really explain it until it happens. You know, because right now it's just a dream.
All right.
A dream
Now,
that is slowly becoming a reality. And so like I really don't have much words for it. I'm just trying to describe how I'm feeling right as of right now. But when it happens, I will have a whole paragraph in what it means.
no, I mean, it seems as though everything is coming together. The event is taking place at your home, basically. And, you know, it's a really comfortable environment, well, for you, hopefully, to perform. Some people, they feel more pressure when they're at home, but hopefully it's more comforting for you and you're able to give your best.
Oh, yeah. I didn't like home meets only because we didn't get like per diem. We got like less per diem. So it wasn't a legit reason. That was just me being greedy. But I am really excited that I get to wake up in my bed. My dog is right there. You know, I'm in a very comforting and relaxed state of mind, because I don't have to sleep in a hotel. I didn't have to travel 6 hours. You know what I mean? And I know this track. I practice on it every day, and like I know the environment. I know the what is it called? The air. What is it? The when you go to, and it's just like a higher
Okay. Altitude.
altitude. Thank you. Jeez.
Mhm.
The higher altitude or lower. You know what I mean? Like I am used to this. This is my house. This is my training facility, and so there's a level. There's like a little bit of like, I'm feeling a little territorial in a way, because it's just like this is mine. Like I don't like.
Yeah.
I'm glad y'all are here, but this is tired. You know what I mean? And I feel like that's how we all feel.
Right.
And so it's gonna be fun, because we're not gonna let people have the win easily,
Mm-hmm.
because we all want it, and because we haven't had a home meet in 20 years.
Right.
So this is a large meet like this, like a SECs or nationals outdoor, and so it's it means something to us, and it also means something for Coach Henry. And I think we all kind of want to give that to him, a win, a team win. So I'm excited to see what we produce here on home meet.
Do you take that, well, I'm calling it pressure as a leader in the team? Or do you relish the challenge of just performing well and contributing to the team effort?
Oh, I love it. I challenge accepted. You know what I mean? Like I I love pushing my in track. I wish I can say this for all aspects of my life, but sadly it's not. But in track, I love to push myself. I love to challenge myself, and doing the heptathlon and open high and open long. And my coach actually also entered me in open hurdles. So we'll see. So he texted me and I was like, you know what? Challenge accepted. Let's see. I love, like, as a heptathlete, we know what we can do for 7 events, but it's after those 7 events. Can you do 8? Can you do 9? Can you do 10? And I know decathletes do it, but it's the decathlon, the heptathlon is just one event. You know what I mean? Right. But can you do 3 on top of that hep? And that was something new for me. I've normally just did high jump and long jump outside of the hep. And so I'm excited. Like it motivates me to start off the meet well for the rest of my team, because I am on the first day. And so I want them to see, hey, Tyra's on her A game. Let's go. You know what I mean? I want them to see that it's go time. We mean business. And I'm showing up on the day that we need to, so you need to follow in my lead.
Right.
Because it's all about who shows up on that day. I could have the highest, where I am, I'm number 1 in the hep, but I can have a crappy meet. It doesn't matter if I'm number 1 because I didn't show up on that day. So, right. So like I'm trying to, in this situation, I want to lead by example because I am first. And so if I show up, you show up. If I don't show up, you still show up. But you know what I mean? Like it's exciting being first and like having my teammates watch and get excited because their time is coming, and I start the show. Right. I'm the leading act. You know what I mean? So
right. So you're just a few points away from reaching the qualification standard towards the Olympics. Mm-hmm. How are you approaching that and towards gathering those few points?
In the beginning of the week, I was like, oh my God, I need to do it. Like, I was so freaking out. I was worried. I was nervous because that's a lot of pressure on me that I place it on myself. But then I had to remember, like, it's not about the end result. It's not about the destination. It's about the journey. It's about the process. And that took away a lot of pressure and anxiety. I just needed to remember, once I do what I've been doing all year, which is focusing on technique, that I've been very consistent in training. So I know I can depend on it in a competition, no matter the size. And once I focus on that, and once I stay calm and relaxed, and I'm not thinking about the what ifs, and I'm not thinking about whoever's next to me, I'm going to love the results. And if the weather stays up, because I don't even know if you all know, so my score from the last hep, the 200, in my 200, the wind was too high. So it doesn't count for IAAF. It only counts for nationals, like for AAF.
Oh, I see.
NCAA.
So it was wind assisted. There was too much.
Yeah, so it was just in the 200, so it messed up my whole hep. So yeah, so hopefully the wind shuts up and he's quiet, so that we can have a successful competition.
So had that not happened, do you think you would have achieved the Olympic standard back then?
So I didn't really go into that meet thinking about achieving it, because it was my first hep in 2 years. And so I, like in high jump, I only took 3 jumps. And so it wasn't much of like let's go out there and try to accomplish this. It was just like let's get the ball rolling again. Let's see how you feel. This is because you don't want to hurt yourself in your first hep, because it's very likely. And so I was just happy to have a healthy, and I was really happy with the score. I mean, it wasn't a bad score, and I didn't even have a great high jump you know, and I love high jump. So, you know, I base my comp off my high jump. But yeah, so I don't really think it would have gone any better or any worse if the win wasn't there. But I'm trying to have the same state of mind going into this meet on Thursday and Friday of just let's have fun, let's stay relaxed, and let's focus on the little things. And I think we're gonna like the result. I've been having a feeling, a very good feeling. So
that is all good for us. We're definitely looking forward to some excellent results come weekend. Do you have any thoughts about returning to Trinidad and Tobago to compete in maybe a national event? I mean, we don't have much heptathlons in Trinidad, if any. We have maybe, you know, you'll get them at the national meets, right? The trials and stuff, you will get it. But, you know, fans don't necessarily turn out, as you know, to see the heptathlon. But maybe you can change that.
So I've had plans on coming down and maybe running a camp, or because the heptathlon is not just like the heptathlon. There's so much that goes into it that you just can't. You have to train it in the athletes, and it's not just the events. It's not just the technique. It's your mental, you know, your mental state of mind, because it's a lot. If you don't have short-term memory loss, if you can't forgive and forget, you know, if you can't learn from your mistakes quickly, you know, and if you can't last, and if you can't hold all that stress, and if you can't compete fatigue, like if you're always complaining, if you're not coachable, it's a lot of those things that plays into being a successful hep or decathlete. And so I want to share being a heptathlete and knowing what it takes and knowing how hard it is. I want to be transparent and share that, because I'm pretty sure they all know what they're getting themselves into, but I want to show them that there's more to it, you know, and it's more to just being a 400 runner. There's more to just being the hep is something beautiful, and even though it's not known over the world, it can be, you know. Right. And so I do plan on coming down, and that's just on my goals. I have my little goals. Okay, yeah, I have my little goals, a little notebook of the things that I want to do. But as a living, no, I have found my foundation here, and I would like to. I was planning on going down, getting some land, building a home. I'm not even kidding. Actually, my boyfriend said that. My boyfriend was the one who wants to do that, because he understands what Trinidad means to me, and you know, and I do, and all my family is down there. My aunts, my cousins, my uncles. We're the only ones up here, and so like we're down there all the time. And to have a place that we can all meet up, you know, together, like maybe in Tobago, I don't know. It'd be nice. So that's really my only plans on like returning to Trinidad. I would definitely want to go down if I can. I don't know if I don't know about nationals this year. Mm-hmm. I don't know what their plans are. That no one's really informed me. But if I'm not sure when either, because we have our national NCAA nationals, and I don't know when Trinidad's is, and I don't know what their procedure is for quarantine, and right. I don't know the timeline, and so I am fully vaccinated, but I'm not sure what that's gonna mean. So mm-hmm. We'll see. We'll see.
All right. So final question: is there a link that we can view you weekend to see how you perform?
Yes.
Our website, right?
So okay. So there will be a link, but sadly you will have to pay. I don't even have a subscription to it, because I mean, I'm competing, so I never really end up watching the meets anyways, because I'm there. But I would text that to you once, because I just realized he hasn't even sent it out to us. I will send it to you, and I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure that they'll be able to. It'll be like you still be able to view it even in Trinidad, because I think they've done that over the years. But there is a link. I'll find it and I'll send that to you so you can.
When will we know for sure? Monday? Do you think Monday we will know for sure whether you achieve the standard or not?
Saturday.
Saturday.
Yeah. Saturday. Saturday, it will be a yes or it will be a no. And I'll be okay with either, as long as I stay healthy and as long as I get another opportunity to do it again. Like I said, I have high goals. I have high expectations for myself. And sometimes it sabotages me and it backfires. And so I like to stay in the moment. I like to stay in the, oh, it's 10:34 right now. And it's not Thursday. It's not Friday. It's not Saturday yet. And I can't do anything about that. So I'm just like, what I can focus is now is my energy. I sound like a hippie right now. I meant to say, like,
but this is Trinidad. Eh? We don't really have hippies in Trinidad.
Yeah. Wow, that's crazy. No, but like I just want to make sure I'm in the right state of mind so that tomorrow I'm not like because tomorrow I'm gonna be through the roof with excitement. Like the days leading up to the Hep, I have to be like, it's like I'm on drugs. Like I'm so chill because like I want, it's low-key like reserving your energy. And then tomorrow morning, I will be bouncing off the walls. Like if you follow me on social media on Instagram, just tune in because it's gonna be a hot mess. the before the competition Tyra is just, she's a firecracker. And then once we start, I'm in my zone. So yes, you will find out on Saturday whether or not I have received the standard and which standards I've received, or maybe all. Because I do also, I've attempted 196 twice now, and I really believe that I'm gonna get it. Because like the only reason I didn't is because I got so nervous because I'm 5'6", like I said, and so going up to that, it's like very intimidating, low-key kind of pee a little, not really, but like it's nerve-wracking because you're just looking up and you're like, I have to jump that. But now I'm feeling a lot more confident now that I've like attempted it several times. And so fingers crossed on that. And long jump, I just know it's coming because I've gotten better every single time I've long jumped. And so I see it in the near future. And the Hep, yeah, I think I could do it. So Saturday, we'll see. You're the first person I tell. How about that?
Wonderful. I'm definitely looking forward to it. I mean, because we're hoping to do a follow-up interview with you, hopefully next week, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see how it goes. I don't know what your schedule is like, so let's just play it by ear, and we'll continue to communicate and see how we go. Right?
Okay.
We definitely want to support you in your endeavors moving forward. In the immediate future, we do hope that you achieve what exactly you're looking for. You may not. I'm just being real. I'm optimistic, right? Based on your history, I'm optimistic about how you will perform. But I know you're someone that regains composure quickly despite the result. Right. So, continue to be that bubbly person that you are. I mean, it's very receptive. I don't know how you cope with, I'm certain you have several media interactions ever since becoming in this public circle, and you've handled it really well. I mean, that is really impressive.
I like to talk.
But that is good. That is really good. And, I think it will take you far. As you know, it's not just your performances that will make a difference. I'm certain that you're going to be looking at sponsorship down the line on a very serious note. I mean, you're going to need that if you're to achieve higher standards.
Yeah.
And hopefully we continue to follow you, throughout your career. And, I'm hoping that you said you had an injury. I'm hoping it doesn't reoccur.
Oh, yeah, that was 2 years ago.
Right.
Been there, done that. We don't talk about that anymore.
Right. So you're 22 years old. You're very young, and you have so much more to accomplish in the sport, and hopefully a lot more for Trinidad and Tobago. And we look forward to following you. Us at TV6. Yeah. You'll be hearing from us in the future, right? As for this story, I may run a piece of it tonight. I know you had an interview that I saw maybe about 2 or 3 days ago. It was several media interviewing you at the same time, just about 3 or so.
Oh, that was yesterday.
That was yesterday?
Yeah.
Okay. So I may take pieces of that. I
Okay.
may use that today in conjunction with the interview, or I may run pieces of it on Friday, but I definitely have to run it before the event, obviously.
Yeah.
I may run it in 2 parts. Thursday's a holiday, so it's unlikely that I'll run it then. Yeah. But thanks for meeting with me today. I really appreciate it. We were so looking forward to hearing from you. I mean, it was necessary and it was about time, and I'm glad that you stood up and you agreed to do the interview.
Of course, you kidding me?
Yeah. So I really appreciate it, Tyra, and enjoy the rest of your day. I mean, as you said, the next few days you're going to be all over the place, so
yeah,
I hope you manage that well and you have enough energy to compete.
Trust me, I don't run out of energy. I don't run out.
Right.
Except in the 800. Okay, I'm done. Thank you so much for having me. This was great. I love every opportunity that I can to share my story and share my process, because it's not just about the end results, it's about the process. And I want to remind athletes that that's the most important part, because you can't get to B without starting. You can't get to C without going to B from A. So
yeah, I have a lot more questions, but there's always a part 2. So until next time,
I get a part 2. I feel famous.
Yeah. I mean, you're definitely a public figure in Trinidad and Tobago right now. As I said, we don't have, our numbers are small when it comes to Olympic medals. Every time it's maybe 2. Last time we had 1. So if we have another opportunity, and you're showing some positive signs, we will support you all the way. Trinidad is very small. So we really,
trust me, I know.
yeah, we really want you to do well. And so as much as we could support you, right behind you.
Thank you. That means a lot. This plays into my dreams, and I'm enjoying every step of the way. I really am.
All right. Well, enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy your training. Yeah.
Thank you. All right. Thank you.
All right. Later.